Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Kamen Rider X8 review for you today. This is the DX Gashat Gear Duel, which is what Parado uses to become Kamen Rider Paradox. And he does have two forms, as you can see here on the box. Perfect Puzzle is the blue, and then Knockout Fighter is the red. It's kind of neat on the show. The head kind of turns around, and then I think the shoulder pads come off and become like boxing gloves, which really reminds me of Gundam Maxter from G Gundam, if anyone's a fan of that, how he had the shoulder pads that kind of came off and became big boxing gloves. I always thought that was a neat little gimmick there. But basically, you get the large dual Gashat, and then you get this kind of Kimiwaza slot holder specifically for two wide Gashat. So we'll take a look at all that. Standard packaging now, where what used to be the back is now the front, and then you have the random or normal back. As you can see here, he has the shoulder pads as his boxing gloves. Very cool. Does have functionality with the gamer driver as well. Really nice picture there of both his forms. I think that's really cool. You can see the Perfect Puzzle form on this side. And then, of course, you have the Knockout Fighter on that side. Pretty cool picture there on the bottom as well. I think that's neat. So really cool packaging, really colorful. I love the split down the side with one side being red, one side being blue. Very cool. But let's go ahead and get everything out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the two things that you get in the box. This is just a large black hunk of plastic. There is nothing special to this. It just has, you know, buttons and things in all the right places so that when you pop it in, it holds the buttons down on this, and all the sounds, of course, come from that. And then there's a window here so you can see through. Unfortunately, you can only put the Gashat in one way, so you'll only ever be able to see the Perfect Puzzle light through this window. I feel like they could have probably opened that up. I don't really think it would have made the plastic too weak, but I don't know, maybe they tried it and it did make the plastic too weak. I'm not an engineer by any means, so, you know. But it seems like they could have maybe tried that just so you could see it. But again, if this is on your belt, you know, you're not going to be able to see it anyway, so I can understand. But yeah, this is just a hunk of plastic, so I'll put that off to the side for a minute. Here is the Gashat Gear Duel with the Perfect Puzzle side. And then here is the Knockout Fighter side. I'll get a little bit closer, because these are some pretty cool stickers, I have to say. Nice job on that. And nice job on that. They kind of have this weird, goofy little fake Gashat handle. And just to bring in for a comparison, here is the Mighty Brothers. You can see, obviously, it's, I guess it's a similar size, but you can actually hold this one. This one you can't. I guess they kind of figured you're probably going to hold it by the dial. And the same pictures are here on the front of the dial. I really like the Perfect Puzzle one. It's really colorful and really fun. Here is the speaker. This whole panel actually slides off and two AAA batteries go underneath there. Here is the QR code for the Gamba Rising game, and then here is the on and off switch, so we'll go ahead and turn that on.
Gashat Gear Duel.
So as you can hear, it says Gashat Gear Duel. So very cool there. Now at this point, if you don't touch the knob or do anything and just hit the button, you get a couple sounds.
Game start. Fight. Game clear.
So that's it. As you can see, there are two buttons, but if you press one,
Game start.
you can see the other one goes down as well because it's just one piece of plastic underneath. So no matter which one you press,
Fight.
they both, you know, move. So basically that's it for sounds with just nothing selected. If you go ahead and choose Perfect Puzzle, we'll turn it to the right first.
Perfect puzzle. What's the next stage? What's the next stage?
So it'll just keep saying this phrase over and over again until you hit the button.
What's the next stage? Duel up! Get the glory in the chain. Perfect puzzle.
So it says the glory in the chain, perfect puzzle. And that's how you... That's basically it. Now he's transformed. He doesn't have a driver, really. He just uses this. How this works is you have to switch it back to the middle and then back to Perfect Puzzle. and it'll say Kimewaza, and that's when you go ahead and plug it in here.
Gashat. Perfect. Critical combo. All clear.
So it says perfect critical combo, and it says all clear. That's pretty much it for that. Coming back to the middle. Now you can switch right to the other one if you like, but if you come back to the middle and hit the button, it does like a powering down sound. So like if he just wants to turn back to his human form. But you can automatically just choose next to the other one. But if you go over to Knockout Fighter,
Knockout fighter. The strongest best. Round one. Rocket fire. The strongest best. Round one.
so like Perfect Puzzle, I'll just keep saying this phrase.
Best. Round one. Rocket fire. Duo up. Explosion hit. Knockout fighter.
So it says the strongest fist, Knockout Fighter. Unfortunately, this is the only time you're ever going to see this, because you can only see it when you are outside of any device. Change it back.
Kimewaza.
And unfortunately, you cannot put it in like this, as much as I wish you could.
Duo. Gashat. Knockout. Critical smash. KO.
So that is the special attack for that. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't see the window. And just to prove my point, you can just
Perfect puzzle.
go right into the other one.
Duo up. Ultimate glory image. Perfect puzzle.
I like the inclusion of the power down sound. I think that's kind of neat. And now if you hit these again,
Game clear.
it'll go back to the phrases. So that's pretty much all this thing does on its own with what comes in the box, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, you have some nice lights on each side. You have some nice sounds. You have 3 sounds when you're not transformed. You have the transformation into each and also the critical strike for each. So very neat. And then again, you can turn it off with the on and off switch on the bottom. But of course, it does have some functionality with the gamer driver, so let's bring that in. It actually has a fair amount of compatibility with the gamer driver, and I think it's kind of funny because I don't know if he'll ever use it with the gamer driver on the show. I wonder if that's something we're going to see later.
Gashat here.
But if I turn it on and then just go ahead and pop it in,
You are Gashat. The strongest best. What's the next stage? The strongest best. What's the next stage? The strongest best. What's the next
so it's going to keep pulsating this until I open it. But you can see it's a mix-up of both because I don't have either one selected. Now the directions have you just pop it in with it straight up and down. And you have that kind of muscle up sound. But unfortunately, again, you're not going to see the Knockout Fighter side. You're only ever going to see the Perfect Puzzle side. So that's kind of a bummer. Now at this point, you can close it. And then it'll pulsate again. Oh wow, I actually got lucky. That last phrase, the KO perfect, only happens sometimes. It's kind of random. Just to prove my point, I'll do it again. See, it didn't say it that time. That last phrase only happens randomly, which is kind of weird, but luckily we got to hear it on the first try. So that's kind of a joint critical strike for both modes. So at this point, if you change it to perfect puzzle and then close it, now this one also has a phrase that it says sometimes at the end. I'll try it one more time, maybe we'll get lucky. No. I'm not going to do it 100 times. There is another little phrase. I think it says all clear for perfect puzzle when it's done. If we change it now to knockout fighter, so that one didn't have the extra phrase either. It sometimes says KO. I'll try it one more time. There you go. So it said KO at the end. All right. Well, I can't leave perfect puzzle out by itself. We'll try it one more time. There you go. Sweet. We got all 3 bonus sounds. So I think that's pretty neat. It's weird that those little extra phrases are only sometimes. I don't know why they don't just always say it, but I guess maybe just to make it a little extra special. I don't really know. But that's a fair amount. Just pop this out. So it's a fair amount of functionality with the gamer driver, like I said, when you don't even know if he's going to use a gamer driver in the show. I mean, so far he's just been using this and the large slot that comes with it. So it's weird. I mean, I appreciate it because it's a lot more extra functionality and some more phrases, and that's really fun. But I think it's weird that it has so much functionality with this when we don't even know if that's ever going to happen. It very well might. Still fairly early on in the show, so only time will tell. And just in case some people are wondering, because I was kind of curious myself, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And then pop this in, make sure I'm doing it correctly. Here we go. So you can use this to get the critical strike sound out of the Mighty Brothers Action, or Mighty Brothers Double X. Obviously no lights. But I think that's kind of cool. I mean, you can already get the critical strike sound out of the gamer driver without this, but I think it's neat that it is compatible because it's made for double Gashats. So I've been enjoying X8, and I'm always excited to get a new Gashat, and I think this one's pretty sweet. I have to say, I think it's neat that it has 2 modes, and you can see the lights on both sides. It is a bummer that you can only ever see the puzzle when you put it into either the slot holder that it comes with or the gamer driver. I wish they had come up with some way where maybe it was like a panel that could flip 180 or something, depending on which way you turn the knob. I feel like there might have been something they could do there, but again, I'm not a toy engineer, so I don't understand the intricacies of how difficult that may or may not be. I don't know. But it would have been awesome if you could, switch, and that would make the different pictures show up in the slot holder and the gamer driver. That's my really only complaint with this thing. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the artwork for both games. The stickers are really colorful and fun. Like I said, the lights on both sides when you're just playing with it outside of anything is a lot of fun. I really love all the extra functionality you get out of it when you use it with the gamer driver, especially since, like I said, we really don't know if Paradox will ever actually use a gamer driver to get those sounds in the show or not. It very well might just be extra functionality for the toy just to make it more fun. And if that's true, I appreciate that. I think that's really nice. They didn't have to do that. They could have just made it screen accurate, or how he uses it on the show, but they put that extra in there to make it more of a fun toy. So I like that. I do think it's fun that you can also use this with the Mighty Brothers Double X Gashat. Again, it's a sound you can already get out of the gamer driver, but in my opinion it's still fun. So I think it's a great set. I definitely recommend picking it up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DX Gashat Gear Duel from Kamen Rider X-Aid. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.